light energy.
Why wouldn't you? I don't know, just asking. Are you wanting to leave tonight? See if he's being
Check out the view.
employed at the law firm is as a part-time Uber driver. He's got the sign.
Got a steady flow.
It appears that, you know, I wonder if he's going to be cool. I wonder if we're going to, you know, we'd have things to talk about, or
Do you have a threat?
he's going to be quiet.
We can make adjustments. Fast and light. It's a sure shot. Fast and light. Need a conversion? Yep. Ready to roll. Outstanding. Destination, Commander? Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air. I was born for this job. Let the bullets fly.
The CIA planned one of the most screwed, hillbilly, bullshit black bag operations in history. Few plans can be labeled.
A woman, and she's a cop, and she tries to get a guy out of the car, and guess what? She can't do it. Every so often, you know, I love bringing these videos up because it shows that women have no place on a active, out in the streets, patrolling police force. You want to...
I've confronted hundreds of men over 2 decades. Men online looking for children to sexually assault.
Cody, I'm Chris Hansen. I know who you are.
I tried to get into their heads and understand why.
But you have it on your phone. That's true.
And ultimately make sure they face justice.
Can I just give you some money and leave?
I don't want money. I want the truth.
These are the predators I've caught. I'm Chris Hansen.
Training.
One of the excuses I hear frequently from the predators I've caught involves loneliness, not being able to find social company, intimate company, just a basic human connection.
Analyzing schematics.
And when I listen to the excuse from some of the predators I've caught, you know, I understand it. I'm not cold-hearted. I try to relate to these guys in a way where they will tell me their stories. Especially when it comes to guys who are caught trying to meet young men, boys really. I understand there are parts of the country where it's still not easy, even in 2025, to be gay. And I hear this from some of the men in our investigations in areas like Florida and Alabama, where media isn't a thriving gay population, at least in some parts of those states.
Squared away, sir.
But it's all bullshit.
How about some action?
Right?
How about some action?
These guys can find adult company if they want to. They're acting out a fantasy. They'll also give you excuses about, you know, I have to stay in this small town because my mom is here. Well, you're 43, 44 years old, Matthew. You can find people your age if you want to. And so, while I will listen with a sympathetic ear, as I did with Matthew Paul, who I just mentioned, but deep down I know these guys make a choice.
Ready to roll.
They make a choice to fulfill a fantasy,
Moving out.
to seek sexual gratification with somebody who is not old enough to make that decision. And that's exactly what Matthew Klein did. Matthew, who was 43 at the time we met, surfaced in an investigation conducted by the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Brady Judd and his team, And this particular operation, called Fool Around and Find Out, took place in May of this year, actually. And I wanted to update Matthew Klein's case because, as you'll hear in just a little bit, the case has now been resolved. But Matthew is almost a textbook case of somebody who maybe at first you could feel a little bit sorry for, but as you peel away the layers of the story, if you look at his behavior, his actions, if you dig deeply into the text conversations he had, the apps he was using, his background, what we found on Truth Finder, you tend to feel a little less sorry for the fellow. The person I feel sorry for would be the potential victim.
Yes, sir.
If there really was a 14-year-old boy, and it very well could have been, and we don't know whether or not he's met others online where he didn't get caught. But Matthew wanted sympathy. And I gave it to him a little bit, as I do in many cases, in the beginning, to encourage these guys to tell me their story, because I'm on that quest, always, to understand better why these guys do what they do. And I want to hear it.
Outstanding.
Matthew had been chatting on 2 different apps dedicated to male hookers. And he was chatting with, as far as he knew, 2 different underage boys, 14 years old. And we see this in some of our stings because you've got multiple decoys working in multiple spaces. So it's not uncommon to have a potential predator contact one, have a chat, and they may not work out, and he's got another line at the wand. He's looking for another target. And that's what happened with Matthew. In the first chat, Matthew says, "How are you?" "Good, and you," says the decoy. "I'm good, bored and horny at home." Decoy says, "I'm sorry." "LOL, why are you sorry?" "I don't know, feel bad, I guess." "You shouldn't feel bad, but you're welcome to come over if you want." It's amazing how quickly some of this goes down on some of these apps. They try to convert over to Snapchat because that erases very quickly. They couldn't get through. Matt reaches out on the phone. "Hey, what's up?" "Maddie from Grindr." "Nothing, doing a little cleaning," Maddie says. "Thinking about lying in bed and watching some porn, LOL." "Please don't be mad, but I'm 14, says the decoy. "Is that okay?" "Are you the same guy I was talking to on another app?" "When?" says the decoy. "A little while ago." So Matt's an active guy, or Maddie as he goes by online. The decoy says no, he didn't know what that other app was all about. Then Matt says, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'd rather talk to you somewhere more private, but did you want to meet?"
Everything's made to fit.
"Just to talk?" "What would we do if we met?" says the other cover. "Talk. Besides that, we just have to see. I can't really discuss on here." Matt is being very careful, and one of the reasons why Matt might be so careful is his job.
On the go.
Actually, he's got 2 jobs, but one of them is working as a receptionist in a law firm. That's right. Matt Klein works in a law firm. So besides the fact that he should have known better as a 43-year-old man, he watches his employers defend people all the time and should have some basic knowledge of the law, and he's being careful here, perhaps because of that. Matthew says, "To start, we got to get to know each other." "My parents don't know about this number," says the decoy, "and no one will ever know." "Well, I'm still not going to get into detail here. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. I just gotta be cautious, says Matthew. The decoy says, I've never met anyone off the internet and want to know what we'd do, you know? Well, I mean, I'd want to suck your dick, probably. Eat your ass and fuck you. If you want it. So, what happened to being so cautious, Matthew? Matthew is throwing caution to the wind. Do you really want to do that with me, says the decoy? Why wouldn't you? I don't know, just asking. Are you wanting to meet tonight? See if you can. I could meet you somewhere public and pick you up, says Matthew. Okay, I would need to shower first. Okay. We are staying with a camper in the area no one would know. You're staying with your parents, asks Matthew.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're visiting.
Ready to roll, Commander? High speed, low
And they're out drinking. Oh, cool, says Matthew. I'll meet you someplace like a store. You can shower here if you want. If you want me to shower with you, I will. So Matthew's trying to set this up where he can meet the boy in a safe place for him. Then bring the boy back to his house where he can sexually exploit him. So the conversation ends there in this particular case. But later on this other app, Matthew appears again. How's it going? Good. You, says the other decoy. Actually, it's the same decoy, but Matthew thinks it's someone different. Good. Bored. I like younger. I'm 14, is that okay? I didn't hear that. Your profile says you're 18, so that's what I believe. Again, Matthew is trying to cover his ass.
What's the word?
More about this predator I've caught in a moment.
If you're a homeowner in America, you need to listen to this. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud on the rise called title theft, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on a single document, use a fake notary stamp, and file it with the county. And just like that,
Need a repair?
on
Yes,
record,
sir.
they own your home. Using your ownership, they can take out loans against your equity or even sell your property, and you won't even know about it until foreclosures or collection notices show up in the mail. That's why I partnered with Home Title Law, so you can protect your equity and find out today if you're already a victim.
Need a repair?
Use my promo code Hansen, Hansen, at HometitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title records, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud occurs, their U.S.-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Hansen, Hansen, or click the link below.
It's finally here.
Oh my God.
The official Chris Hansen merch store. Now you can join the mission with official Chris Hansen merchandise. Hoodies, tees, mugs, stickers, and more. Shop the full collection at haveaseat.dashery.com.
Insufficient funds. Reinforcements.
I've got the knowledge.
I promise I'm
I won't
14,
be late.
LOL.
Analyzing schematics.
Why are you on here? Friend told me about it. You looking to get sucked or suck? Get fucked?
Got it.
Now, Matthew,
Ready. On the move.
this would have been the time to stop the conversation. If you're so worried about hooking up with somebody who's your age. But no, that's not what Matthew does.
Unit ready.
The decoy
Refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources.
Says I just added a pic to my profile.
Can
Matthew
do.
says, I know.
Can do.
Let's play.
On my way.
Unit ready.
And then he goes on to say, okay, if you don't want to play, I'd be happy to just suck you off. I want to taste your cum.
All fired up. You got no time.
Directions are exchanged.
Ore miner under attack.
Matthew says, I'm nervous, but I want to play.
Structure
Matthew
sold.
describes his
Can
car.
do. On my way.
And then he shows up at the Sting House location.
Squared away, sir. Attacking.
He doesn't meet a 14-year-old boy, but he does meet the deputies and detectives of the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
I'll take the high road.
And soon,
Pushing away.
he'll meet me.
Unit ready.
We see Matthew's car enter the neighborhood,
I'll take
all the
the
while
high road. Yes, sir.
texting with the decoy posing as the 14-year-old boy.
Cancel.
He pulls into the driveway. I'm not coming in.
Unit ready.
I'm not coming to the door, he says. I'm waiting outside. I'm nervous.
Squared away,
Can you
sir.
pull up so I don't have to get wet?
I've got the knowledge.
I don't see you.
Analyzing
And it's raining
schematics.
out, by the way.
Rolling with the chrono convoy.
You're freaking me out, dude, says Matthew. I'm going to leave. Why are you freaked out, says the decoy.
Construction.
At about this very
Yes, sir.
moment,
Ore miner under
Polk County sheriffs move in.
Unit ready.
I can go anywhere.
The deputies block Matthew's vehicle from making a getaway. They surround the SUV and take him into custody.
Got a clear view, sir.
Turn around.
Reinforcements
Turn around.
ready.
Ready as
Hands
ever.
behind your back.
Sure thing, sir. Ready to there it is. I'll take the high road.
I didn't do anything.
Our base is
Matthew's initial excuse is one I've heard many times before. I didn't do anything. Well, he didn't get a chance to do anything just yet.
Clear out the place.
Get him out of here.
Chrono miner
Matthew's
reporting
not going to
for
be
duty.
taken to the command post for questioning, but take a look at this over here.
I can go anywhere.
And
Up
we find
over.
out,
I can see it.
as Matthew's being taken away, that his other job, besides being
Check out the view.
employed at
Got
the
a
law
steady
firm,
flow.
is as a part-time Uber driver. He's got the sign.
Got a steady flow.
It would
I
appear
can go
that
anywhere.
one of Matthew's jobs was as an Uber driver.
unit ready.
All
And
fired
that
up.
always
I
raises
can
a
see
concern, because if you've got a guy who's willing to travel to meet a child for sex, what is he willing to do to somebody who might be vulnerable in his Uber vehicle? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Unit promoted.
Matthew is taken in for questioning to a mobile command unit with the Polk County Sheriff's Office. He's questioned by detectives, and then I get my chance to talk to Matthew. Initially, he doesn't seem like he's very willing to participate in our conversation, but little by little,
Riding high.
I'm able
All
to
fired up.
get him to talk.
Igniting boosters.
Hey, Matthew. You hanging in there?
Trying.
All fired
Kind of a
up.
rough day, huh?
Got a
Yeah,
steady
yeah.
flow.
Who are you?
I'm Chris Hansen,
All fired up.
Okay.
and we do a series of stories called Takedown.
Player defeated.
Okay. I really don't want to participate in that.
Okay. But I have a couple things I want to clear up, and you can talk to me or not. And I understand this is not an optimal situation for us
Yeah.
to meet. But
Unit ready.
how did you
Unit
end up
promoted. Building.
over in that neighborhood today? Was it just a chat online? Is there a misunderstanding, or?
There was a chat online.
I can go anywhere.
I didn't
Got a steady flow.
plan on following through with
Ready to
anything.
soar.
I didn't
All
ask
fired
for
up.
any
Pushing away.
nudes or
Check out the
anything.
view.
Um,
Up and over.
I
Fuel tanks are filled. Clear out the place.
really I'm lonely. I'm a lonely person.
And this is where the lonely excuse comes in. And I'm only too willing to listen, by the way. I'm trying to get a dialogue, get inside Matthew's head a little bit. I think if you understand how predator's mind works, you can better understand how to protect yourself. It's kind of been my motto throughout all these years of doing these investigations.
Unit promoted.
But as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, loneliness is no excuse for trying to exploit a child.
Unit ready.
the lifestyle that I live and that some young people go through. It's lonely too, and I just
Player
thought I
defeated.
could talk. I don't know if it would have progressed through.
Year-old boys. So the question begs, how many other times have you done this?
How old are you, Matthew?
43.
43. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a receptionist.
You're a receptionist at a law firm? And then I saw Uber sign on your car. Do you Uber a little bit too?
I do part-time, yeah.
Yuri is master.
The fellow you were talking to
He has taught
online,
us well. Yuri
did they
is
say
master.
who they were or how old they were or anything like
Hail
that?
to the great Yuri. I am but a student.
And did that make you nervous at all?
It made me nervous meeting up, yes, but I really didn't have any intentions of progressing that far. I thought, what was the harm meeting somebody, talking similar interests? I know it was difficult for me growing up.
And this is where Matthew claims it is going to be the curse. He says to me that it was difficult for him being gay as a 14-year-old, and he was just going to help this boy through the difficult time. Well, that's not his business. That's not the business of some strange 43-year-old guy.
Oh, hello, sir. Okay.
Who a child has met online.
I am but a student.
To engage in this sort of activity. It's just not. It's predatory.
Hello, sir. Sure
It's
thing,
sinister. It creates potentially other predators.
Did you have a hard time when you were 14 years old?
I was bullied. I thought that I was the only one that felt the way that I feel.
It's a confusing time for a 14-year-old.
Yes.
Did you think maybe you could help this?
Sure thing,
I thought maybe we could talk. Yeah. Let them know that things get better. I think things have gotten better in general for that.
And that's the point, Matthew. Things have gotten so much better that you can find people your own age. You're not in isolation. You're near big cities. This excuse about being lonely, and he's got other excuses that are even harder to find, is nothing more than a bad justification, rationalization for committing a crime, for exploiting a child.
If what you've heard shocks you so far, join us back in a moment.
Hey, Chris Hansen here, and as you know, I've spent decades catching predators who hide online. So internet security is a big deal to me. Predators thrive in the shadows. I hunt them. ExpressVPN is my digital blind, encrypting every move. So ISPs, Wi-Fi snoopers, and even data brokers can't track my work. Public Wi-Fi at stakeouts, hackers see nothing. My emails, locations, research locked behind military-grade encryption. One tap, I'm invisible. The service offers zero-log servers that are KPMG audited, available in 105 countries, and supports 14 devices on a single plan. Fastest speeds mean no lag when lives are on the line. On a lighter note, I can even unlock shows overseas. Caught the Night Manager and Top Gear specials not streamable in the US. One click, done. Find out how you can get up to 4 extra months by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below, or by going to expressvpn.com/Chris Hansen, CHRISHANSEN. Matthew's also going to talk about how it was near the 18th anniversary of his father's death, and that makes him act reckless. Well, you know, parents die. My parents have died. I remember them on their anniversaries. I think about them all the time. But to argue that because it's the anniversary of a parent's death, your father's death, and that makes you act recklessly, that's horseshit, man.
Let's clear the air.
And it's offensive to invoke your father's name as an excuse to exploit a child. Wholly offensive.
And why are you here in Polk County?
Because my mother, she's my life. She's the reason that I'm here in Florida. I can't be without her.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do when she passes.
Is your mother ill?
No. She's getting up there in years now.
So you're close with your mother?
Yeah.
And do you live with your mother?
No. But I have to live in Florida because she doesn't want to. She was a snowbird and she decided to stay. Now I get the joy of telling her that I'm in jail on Mother's Day weekend.
As we sit here, we're approaching Mother's Day itself. How do you tell your mom that you got arrested for something like this 2 days before Mother's Day?
It's also a day after the 18th anniversary of my father's passing.
I'm sorry.
I can't. I'm not looking for sympathy, but I can't deny that I always get a little self-destructive around this time of year.
So what is the anniversary of your father's passing?
Yeah. He passed away 18 years ago yesterday.
18 years ago yesterday.
And I always get a little self-destructive. So this time of year. I shouldn't. I did stuff. There's something I shouldn't have. I was trying to be smart about it and not ask for things like nudes or anything.
Trying to be smart about it? It sounds like you were trying to be smart about covering up your activities. That's what it sounds like you were trying to be smart about. Maybe because you had some experience working in a law firm.
But you talked about sexual acts.
I did.
You talked about performing oral sex on the boy.
I did.
You talked about seeing where it goes. Specifically, you said you were going to suck his dick.
Yep, and I should have just blocked him when I found out his age. I've done that before. I don't know why I didn't this time.
Miner here.
It was stupid.
You said you wanted to taste his cum. Right?
You're right.
Ready. On my way.
This is not gray area stuff.
I know. I'm rather disgusted right now with myself.
Matthew's disgusted with himself. Again. Where was all this discussed during the course of the conversation?
On my way.
You say I like younger.
How about some action?
I do prefer in the 20s and 30s, yeah.
20s and 30s, but we're talking 14 here.
Moving out.
And he told you he was 14.
Building.
Let's clear the air.
And you said, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
I'd rather not
personnel
talk about
carrier ready.
And so I asked Matthew the obvious question.
Let's keep
The question I always ask these guys. What if we weren't there? What if you were alone with this boy? What would have happened?
What would have happened, Matthew, had the boy gotten in your car and he had been open to a sexual encounter?
I don't think I would have been able to bring myself to do it.
But you brought yourself to come over to the house where he was alone.
Unit ready.
You brought yourself to cross this line coming to visit a 14-year-old
I wasn't going to go in the house, though. We were going to chill in the car.
You were going to chill in the car. And what was going through your mind when you pulled up to that house? What were you thinking?
That, I wonder if he's going to be cool. I wonder if we're going to, we'd have things to talk about, or he's going to be quiet. I like having people to talk to. I don't have many friends. I'm pretty much a loner.
But why go after somebody who's 14? You see how this looks, Matthew.
I do.
I mean, the best case scenario is not good. You chatted about sex online with someone who told you they're 14. That's a crime. You traveled to meet that person. That's a crime.
All right. Yeah, I know. I feel like shit about it. And you're trying to push my buttons. Please stop.
Trying to push my buttons. Please stop. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew. Did I offend you by asking questions about why you were going to sexually exploit a child? One of two decoys posing as children during the sting operation who you approached? I'm sorry. I'm pressing your buttons?
I'm just trying to understand why somebody would do it.
You're not a detective. I'm gonna my right to remain silent.
All right, I'm not a detective. You're right. Was he the only underage boy you were talking to over the last couple days?
I'm not answering you anymore. Please stop asking me questions.
I'm not answering any more questions, Matthew says. Well, that's fine, Matthew, because I've heard enough.
Why are you doing this? You are purposely antagonizing me. You're trying to push my buttons.
I'm not trying to push your buttons. I'm trying to get to the truth.
Please, leave. Don't bug me anymore.
All right. Is there anything else you want people to know about your...
I want you to get the hell out of here.
I know, but you're not in charge here, Matthew. You're not in charge here. You could have avoided this whole thing by not getting in your car and driving to meet a 14-year-old boy after a sexually charged conversation. Don't blame me for what you did, because that's bullshit. You're around the law enough to know that this ain't right. And if there's anything else you want people to know, now would be the time to share it. Matthew? Anything else you want folks to know? What do you think this boy's parents would say?
Out the operation.
43-year-old man drives across town to meet their child.
And with that, Matthew starts to pout. He's not going to say another word.
Unit lost.
Subsequent to my conversation with Matthew, we learned that he was HIV positive. Now, in this day and age with medicine, you can be HIV positive and not spread the virus to a sexual partner. But he never said anything to this child about being HIV positive, and that, in Florida at least, and many other places, is a crime in and of itself. And so, besides being charged with the crimes associated with grooming and trying to sexually exploit a child, using a computer to do it, traveling to do it, he was also charged with failing to share with a potential partner an STD. That's a crime. And Matthew was charged with that as well. Just recently, Matthew pleaded guilty to the crimes associated with what he did in May of this year. He agreed to serve a sentence of 60 months in prison. That's around 5 years. His release date is September of 2030. Once he does get out, he will have to serve probation and register as a sex offender in the state of Florida. We wanted to know what else was in Matthew's background, and that's one of the reasons why we partnered with truthfinder.com to learn as much as we can about the men who surface in our investigations. Truthfinder has become an indispensable tool for me during these cases. I mean, obviously, law enforcement has vast technology to try to get a background on some of these guys, and sometimes even that's difficult because people use ghost phones and fake numbers and all kinds of things. But when we have a real name, as in Matthew's case, we can find out a lot about his background. Turns out that this was not Matthew's first brush with the law. In 2014, he was arrested for petty theft, larceny, possession of meth, and driving under the influence. He was able to avoid any jail time, any serious jail time at least, because of that. If you're looking for answers about people with whom you have business or any other sort of relationship with, Truthfinder is a great opportunity for you to learn more. To learn more about how Truthfinder can help you, go to truthfinder.com/predators to find out more. More of our story in a moment.
Hey, Chris Hansen here, and I'm obsessed with Dupe.com because it's a game changer for holiday shopping. I fell in love with this sleek designer lamp for my friend. Perfect vibe, but the $1,200 price tag? Heart attack city. Holiday budgets are tight, you know, and then I found Dupe.com. Typed in the URL and boom, found an identical lamp for $200. Looked just as good, maybe even better. Dupe.com is catching on and helping people save big, and it's so easy. Just go to Dupe.com, paste a product URL or upload a photo, and it instantly finds affordable alternatives. No brand name markup, just the same style for less. Best part is, it's 100% free. Why overspend when you can gift more? Dupe.com really is the easiest shopping hack. Just type dupe.com/ before any product URL in your browser, and boom, it instantly finds you more affordable alternatives. Perfect for gifting. They even have an app and a browser extension you can download. No account required, no sign up required. It's completely free to use. Stop overspending on brand names and start saving on holiday gifts with Dupe.com immediately. As you know, I like to hear from you. And this week's question comes from Eric in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hi, Chris. My name's Eric. I currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina, but like you, I am originally...
Blueprints ready, sir.
Options. Building. Construction complete. Building. On hold. New construction options. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building. New construction options. Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
I have the tools. Studying blueprints. Engineering.
Construction complete.
Studying blueprints.
Cannot deploy. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources.
Oh, hello, sir.
Building.
Ah, there it is.
Options. Training. Construction complete. Unit ready.
I have the tools. Analyzing schematics.
Options.
I've got the knowledge. Studying blueprints.
Building. Training. Unit ready. Construction complete. Options. Building. Unit ready. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Unit ready. Airfield captured. We can recruit paratroopers. Unit ready. Unit ready. Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Unit ready. Building.
I have the tools.
Unit ready.
Got the plans right here. How about some action? Moving out!
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
I've got the knowledge.
Unable to comply. Building of progress. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Perfect hideout.
Reinforcement.
Laying low.
ready.
Want some
Oil
shade?
refinery
Laying
captured.
low.
Acquiring additional resources. Select target. Unit ready. Building.
Natural sanctuary. Sir! Yes, sir!
Unit ready.
SEAL ready. Mean, green, and unseen. Now you see me, soon you won't.
Construction complete. Unit
SEAL ready. Perfect hideout. Replanting.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Low power. Construction complete. Unit
Perfect
ready.
hideout. Now you see me, soon you won't.
Reinforcements ready. Unit ready.
Chrono miner reporting for duty. Mining.
Unit ready. On hold. Cancel. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Unit ready. Building.
Transformer panels in order. On the go.
Unit
Of course.
ready. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Unit ready.
Everything's made to fit.
Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Unit promoted.
Taking them down.
Unit ready.
Ready.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
Oh, hello, sir. You'll get the cash in a flash.
Want some shade?
Unit ready.
Laying low.
Repairing. Building. Ore miner under attack. Reinforcements ready. Under attack. On hold. Cancel.
We can make adjustments.
Lost.
Fast and light.
Construction
It's a sure
complete.
shot. Fast and light.
Base is under attack.
Need a conversion? Yep.
Construction options. Building.
Aren't the trees lovely? Want some shade? Creeping ahead. Dioptic manifolds clear.
Training. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Cannot deploy here.
Check out
Unit
the view.
ready. Building. Unit ready.
Natural sanctuary. Laying low.
Complete. Unit ready. Ore miner under attack.
Aren't the
Unit
trees
ready.
lovely? Creeping ahead. Creeping ahead. Look natural.
Unit ready.
Creeping ahead.
Select target. Cannot deploy here.
Dioptic
Unit
manifolds
ready.
clear. Prism sensors stabilizing for terrain flux.
Unit ready.
We can make adjustments. On the go.
Ore miner under attack.
Running
Unit
smooth.
ready. Lost. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack. Building. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack.
Prism tank in order, sir. Compensating for terrain flux. New
Unit
coordinates
lost.
processed.
Ore miner under attack.
Prism tank in order, sir.
Panels
charged.
Construction
Compensating for terrain flux. Natural sanctuary. Going mobile. We can make adjustments. Fast and light. Perfect hideout.
Reinforcements ready. Select target. Unit ready.
Dioptic manifolds.
Training.
Lens shifters in working condition. Sensors stable. Working condition. Calculating reflection.
Unit lost.
Resolving target coordinates. Resolving target coordinates. Estimating distortion. Resolving target coordinates. Estimating distortion. Resolving target coordinates. Resolving target coordinates. Intensified flight trajectory. Intensified flight trajectory.
Building.
Tools of the trade. On the go.
Unit promoted.
Prism tank in order,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Compensating for terrain flux.
Unit lost.
Prism tank in order, sir. Readjusting stabilizers. Positional data received. Calculating reflection arcs. Focusing light energy. Compensating for terrain flux. Resolving target coordinates. Shifters working. Positional data received. Resolving target coordinates. New coordinates processed.
Unit promoted.
Positional data received. Readjusting stabilizers.
Unit ready.
Flight trajectory. Resolving target coordinates. Estimating distortion.
Unit ready.
Positional data received.
Unit ready. Defeated. You are victorious.
Materials checked and cleared.
Options. Building. Construction complete. Building. New construction options. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Squared away, sir! On the move! Orders! On the move!
Construction complete. Unit lost. New construction options. Building.
Orders! Squared away, sir! On my way!
Structure garrison. Structure garrison.
I've got the knowledge.
Construction complete. Training. Unit ready. Building. New construction options. Unit ready.
Ready to roll. Closing in.
Construction complete.
Unit reporting.
Unit ready.
I have the tools. Got the plans right here. Yes, sir. Studying blueprints. Unit reporting. High speed, low drag.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
It is day of judgment. Be patient.
Airfield captured.
This will be your last moments. They will
Insufficient
roll
funds.
it, bringing down the hammer. Bringing down the hammer.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
The instrument of doom. The instrument of doom. Eradicate. Annihilate.
Yes, sir. Unit reporting. Commencing assault. Unit reporting.
Unit lost.
Destination, Commander? Vehicle ready.
The end is at hand.
Ready to roll. Outstanding. Destination, Commander? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The instrument of doom. This will be your last
Cannot
moments.
deploy here. Unit promoted. Reinforcements ready.
Soviet
Structure
power
sold.
supreme. This will be your last moments.
Ready to roll. Destination, Commander? Outstanding.
Unit ready.
Vehicle ready.
Armageddon is here.
Unit reporting.
The end
Bound
is
forward.
at hand. Annihilate.
Unit
Ready to
promoted.
Armageddon is here. Bringing down the hammer.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
Eradicate them.
Unit lost.
Excellent. The end is at hand. Be patient. This will be your last moments.
Unit ready.
Unit reporting. Good to go.
Unit ready. Structure sold. You are victorious. Torious.
Allied schematics on hand.
Construction options. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Building. Training. Unit ready. New construction options. Training. Unit ready.
I have the tools.
Construction complete.
Analyzing schematics.
Unit ready.
Need a repair? Studying blueprints.
Training. New construction options. Unit ready. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Unit lost. Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Unit ready.
Need a repair?
Unit ready.
Studying blueprints. Engineering. Moving.
Unit
Analyzing
ready.
schematics. Engineering.
Construction complete.
Got the plans right here.
Unit ready. New construction options. Building.
I have the tools. Analyzing schematics.
Construction complete. Cannot. Building. Training. Unit ready. Airfield captured. We can recruit paratroopers. Unit ready. New construction options. Insufficient funds. Machine shop captured. All
Fuel tanks are filled. Igniting boosters.
Building.
Rockets in the
Oil
sky.
refinery
I'll take the high
captured.
road.
Acquiring additional resources.
Got a clear view, sir. I'll take the high road.
Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Rockets in the sky.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Reinforcements ready. Select target. Construction complete. Unit ready.
24/7. In the blink of an eye. Good day, Commander.
Building.
Rolling with the Chrono
Unit
Convoy.
ready. On hold. Cancel.
Squared away, sir. Moving
Unit
out.
ready. Construction complete.
Got it.
Unit ready.
Oh! miner reporting for duty. You'll
Good
get
day,
the Commander, in a flash. Mining.
Unit ready. Building.
Rockets in the sky.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
I can go anywhere.
Check
Check
out
out
the
the
sky. Boosters.
Building. On hold. Building. Construction complete. Reinforcements ready. Unit ready. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready.
All fired up.
All fired up.
Got a clear view, sir. I'll take the high road. Squared away, sir.
Orders, yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Check out the view.
Ready.
On my way. On the move. Enemy sighted.
Unit ready.
Squared away, sir. You got it. Dig it in. Check out the view. We got no place behind. Check out the view.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Clear out the place. We got no place behind.
Unit ready.
Clear out the place. I got him. I got him. Got a steady flow. I got him. Got a steady flow.
Cannot. Building. Defeated. You are victorious. You are victorious.
Where shall we make base?
New construction options. Building. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Construction complete. New construction options. Construction complete. Building.
I am but a
Unit
student.
ready.
Learning that there is much to learn. Enlighten me.
Unit ready.
Hail to the great Yuri. There is much to learn. Yuri is master. Enlighten me.
Construction complete. Training. New construction options.
Technician on duty.
Unit ready.
I am working.
Training.
My slaves are ready.
Unit ready.
Let's get to the cash. Technician on duty. Inspecting floor plan.
I am but a student. Learning the path.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Construction complete. New construction options. Unit ready. Insufficient.
We've got a lot of work to do. Let's get to the cash.
Oil refinery captured. Acquiring additional resources. Unit ready.
Your remining facility reporting. Move those shovels!
Acquiring additional resources.
Gun barrels
Building.
cooled and ready.
Unit ready.
Guns ready for full auto. Scanning horizon. I love the smell of guns. Let's take the guns for a spin. Loading up the belt. Gun barrels rolling and ready.
Unit ready.
Guns ready for full auto. How about a shell shower?
Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit ready.
We get real dirty out here. Move those shovels!
Unit ready.
Loading up the belts. Gun barrels cooled and ready. Full auto. Scanning horizon. Guns ready for full auto.
Unit ready.
Let's clear the air. Rolling. Guns ready for full auto. And reload. Ready horizon. I love the smell of gunpowder. How about a shell shower? Gun barrel. Loading horizon. Loading up the bell. Let the bullets fly. Loading up the bell. Start up the whistle. I love the smell of gunpowder. Let the bullets fly. Loading up the bell. I love the smell of gunpowder. For a spin.
Unit ready.
I love the smell of gunpowder. Scanning horizon. Loading up the bell. Faster and faster. Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air. I was born for this job. Let the bullets fly. Scanning horizon. Guns ready for full auto. Start up the whistle. Gun barrels cooled and ready to clear the air. Loading up the bell. Hold them down.
Unit ready.
I love the smell of gunpowder. How about a shell shower? I love the smell of gunpowder. Time for some lead stitches. Guns ready for full auto. Rev up those cylinders. I am but a student. Hail to the great cool and ready. I was born for this job. Let's clear the air. Let the bullets fly. Guns ready for full auto. Mow them down. Guns ready for full auto. Let's clear the air. Guns ready for full auto. Rev up those cylinders.
Unit ready.
Let's clear the air. Scanning horizon. I love the smell of gunpowder. Let the bullets fly. Loading up the bell. Faster and faster. Guns ready for full auto. Let's clear the air. Hold them down. Gun barrels cool and ready. Gun barrels cool and ready. Gun barrels cool and ready. Rev up those cylinders.
Your tank division. The hunt is on.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Lasher tank ready. Yes, Mr.
Loading
Yuri.
up the bell. Let's clear the air. Start up the whistle.
We will puncture through. We're ready for that. We can whip them.
Gun barrels cool and ready. Let's clear the air. Start up the whistle. Loading up the bell.
Yuri tank division. Prepare for your flight.
Let's clear the air. Time for some lead stitches. Guns ready for full auto. Mow them down.
Defeated. You are victor. You.
Yuri Construction Company.
Construction options. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy. Building. New construction options. Construction complete. Building. New construction
Yuri
options.
is master.
There is much to learn. Learning, there is much to learn.
Enlighten me. Yuri is master. I am but a student. Hail to the great Yuri.
Unable to comply. Building in progress.
My slaves are ready.
Building. New construction.
I am but a
options.
student. Hail to the great Yuri. I am but a student.
Unit ready.
Enlighten me. I am but a student. Enlighten me. He has taught us well. I am but a Hail student. To the great Yuri.
My tools are yours. Inspecting floor plan.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy.
Yuri mining facility reporting. Moving a mining operation. We need more!
He has taught us well. I understand.
Requiring additional resources. Training.
He has taught us well. Hail to the great Yuri.
How can I assist? I am working.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
My tools are yours. This won't take much time.
Unit ready. Insufficient funds.
How can I assist?
Building.
I am working.
Guns ready for full auto. Loading up the belts.
Unit
Guns ready for full auto. There is much to learn. I was born for this job.
My tools are yours. Where is
Yuri
trouble?
is master. Learning the
Unit
path.
ready.
Yuri is master. Hail to the great Yuri. Let's take the guns for a spin.
Requiring additional resources. Unit ready.
I'm your handyman.
Unit
My
ready.
tools are yours. I am working.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. On hold. Building.
Let's clear the air.
Unit ready.
Gun barrels cooled and
Building.
ready.
Captured.
Gun barrels cooled and ready. Scanning horizon.
Construction. Unit ready. Oil refinery captured. Requiring
Loading up the
additional
belts.
resources.
Rolling. He has taught us well. But a student. Learning. Gun barrels cooled and ready.
Unit
Gun
ready.
barrels cooled and ready. Scanning horizon.
I'm your handyman. Inspecting floor plan.
I love the smell of gunpowder. Loading up the belt. Faster and faster. He has taught us well. Enlighten me. I am but a student. Hail to the great master. Learning the path. Gun barrel cool and ready. Rev up those cylinders. I love the smell of gunpowder. Hold them down. I love the smell of gunpowder.
Unit ready. Building.
Gun barrels cooled and ready. Clear the air. Yuri is master. Enlighten
My
me.
slaves are ready.
Cannot deploy. Unit ready. Building. Unit
Let's clear the air. Gun barrels cooled and ready.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Gun barrels cooled
Unit
and ready. Yuri is
Construction
master.
complete.
I understand. Yuri is master. I understand. He has taught us well. Hail to the great Yuri. I understand. There is much to learn. I understand. I am but a student. Enlighten me.
Select target. Structure garrison. Reinforcements ready.
Gun barrels cooled and ready.
Select structure garrison. Structure garrison. New construction options. Building.
I love the smell of gunpowder. There is much to learn. Look, no gun barrels cooled and ready. Gun barrels cooled and ready. Ready for full auto.
Technician
I
on
was
duty.
born
He
for
needs
this
a
job.
paint job.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
My slaves are ready.
Building.
Guns ready for full auto. Let's transfer some assets. Let's transfer some assets. Let's transfer some. Speeding away. Gun barrels cooled and ready. Scanning horizon. I love the smell of gunpowder. Gun barrels cooled and ready. Scanning horizon.
Select target. Cancel. Building.
Let's transfer some assets. Yuri's collection agency. Smooth ride.
Select target.
Let's transfer some assets. Levitation units online. Disk in flight.
Construction complete.
Siphon ready. Let's accepting donations. Spinning away. Disk in flight. Siphon ready. Accepting donations. Spinning away. Yuri's collection agency. Yuri's collection agency. Siphon. Yuri's collection agency. Smooth ride. Disk in flight. Let's transfer some assets. Yuri's collection agency. Disk in flight. Yuri's collection agency. Levitation online. There is much to learn. Accepting donations. Levitation online. Yuri's collection agency. Spinning away. Siphoning donations. Levitation units online. Yuri's collection agency. Levitation units online. In flight.
Select target.
Siphon ready. Disk in flight. Accepting donations. Let's transfer some assets. There is much to learn. Let's transfer some assets. Levitation units online. Let's transfer some assets. This Yuri's collection agency. Spinning away. Siphons ready. Spinning away. Yuri's collection agency. Let's transfer some. Accepting donations. They will make a generation. Let's transfer some. They are not spinning away. Siphon ready. Your collection spinning away.
You are victorious.
The energy, the faith, the devotion
Soviet
which
construction
we bring to this endeavor
Building.
will light our country and all who serve it.
Construction complete.
And the glow from that fire
Unable
can
to
truly
comply.
light the world.
Building in progress.
And so, my fellow Americans,
Building.
ask not
Training.
what your country can do for you.
New construction
Ask what you
options.
can do for your country.
Units ready.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, remains a figure of profound complexity and enduring fascination.
Complete.
Charismatic and ambitious, he inspired a nation to aim for the stars while facing the harsh realities of Cold War tensions. His presidency was marked by groundbreaking achievements, ushering in the era of civil rights and launching America's race to the moon, but also by glaring missteps, including the Bay of Pigs invasion that tested his resolve as a leader. Behind the polished public image lay personal struggles and controversies, from chronic health issues to clandestine affairs, that challenged the ideals he professed. Yet, his ability to captivate hearts and minds made him a symbol of hope and possibility. Few presidents have been as lionized and are as iconoclastic as JFK. Many people are aware of his career during World War II and his command of the PT-109 in the Pacific, made famous by the film PT-109 starring actor Cliff Robertson playing Kennedy. His struggles with the Soviet Union during the early Cold War period, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and many other events leading up to his assassination are also well known. But let's examine the details of JFK's presidential life, his controversies, and the deals that were made to keep his most egregious personal actions secret and out of the public view, which could have led to his impeachment. Who was John F. Kennedy? How did he possibly compromise national security? Why were some of his strategic decisions highly questionable? What backdoor deals did he and his brother Robert Kennedy make to hide the corruption? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, former history professor, Army and Marine Corps veteran, and welcome to this episode of Forgotten History.
Units ready.
Ready, comrade. Changing position. Vehicle report. Waiting orders.
Armored personnel carrier, ready.
Waiting orders. Waiting orders. Ready, comrade. Moving.
What is the mission?
John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts, the second of 9 children to parents Joseph and Rose Kennedy. His father, Joe Kennedy, was a successful businessman, especially during Prohibition, with his imports of whiskey, and was an early supporter of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who appointed him chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission in 1934. While Joe was the U.S. ambassador to Great Britain in 1937, John, his son, also known as Jack, traveled to Europe as his father's secretary while he was a student at Harvard University. His senior thesis about Britain's unpreparedness for war was later published as an acclaimed book, Why England Slept, in 1940. Upon returning to the U.S., JFK started a relationship with Danish actress and sex symbol Inga Arvad, who had been a favorite of Adolf Hitler and was accepted into the dictator's inner circle. When Arvad immigrated to New York in 1940, she was already under FBI investigation for being a Nazi spy, given her ex-husband, Hungarian film director Paul Fajos's open support of the Nazis. She had married Fajos in 1935, and they both had a close relationship with Axel Wenner-Gren, who was a known Nazi supporter and financier. Arvad and JFK dated, and marriage was discussed, with Kennedy taking preliminary measures to have Arvad convert to Catholicism and have her 2 earlier marriages annulled. On January 17, 1942, FBI Assistant Director Milton Ladd reported to J. Edgar Hoover that there was nothing yet substantial to the rumors that Arvad was, in fact, a Nazi agent. Through Joe's influence, that relationship died a rather quick natural death, since JFK was stationed in the South Pacific.
Looks like good place to mine,
JFK's P-219 was sunk by a Japanese destroyer, and the event permanently injured his spine, which would give him chronic pain for the rest of his life. He was awarded the Navy Marine Corps Medal for his efforts to save his men. After World War II, JFK entered politics, won a seat in the House of Representatives as a moderately conservative Democrat in 1946. He won re-election to the House of Representatives in 1948 and 1950, and later to the U.S. Senate in 1953, defeating the Republican incumbent Henry Cabot Lodge, Jr. JFK was tapped by his father to run for the presidency since his older brother, Joseph Kennedy Jr., had been killed in 1944 on a bombing mission in Europe. His debate against Vice President Richard Nixon on live television increased his popularity to some degree, but Joseph Sr. was taking no chances. His old mob connections were contacted, and he had meetings with the biggest names of the day, such as Sam Giancana, Meyer Lansky, and others. J. Edgar Hoover, and see our video on him, and the Justice Department had been cracking down hard on organized crime. Joe Kennedy made a deal with the mob that a Kennedy administration would lighten up on the mob, which helped establish the Kennedy fortune, and millions of votes were bought, the dead voted, and some cast multiple ballots in various locations. According to General Curtis P. LeMay, he said, We all know that if it had not been for his father, Joseph, buying votes in Chicago and paying off and promising the mob great legal leniency and turning a blind eye to their criminal shit, there would have never been a Kennedy Camelot, let alone a Lyndon Lounge. He was, of course, referring to Lyndon Baines Johnson. Kennedy won the election with less than 120,000 out of some 70 million votes cast in the questionable election, becoming the youngest man and the first Roman Catholic to be elected president of the United States. In April 1961, after Fidel Castro overthrew Fulgencio Batista, Kennedy approved a plan to send 1,400 CIA-trained Cuban exiles in an amphibious landing at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba to overthrow Castro and the communists, which could have ended his presidency. This disaster was preventable. See our video on the Bay of Pigs. Again, as stated by General LeMay, well, the Ivy Leaguers decided to let the CIA plan one of the most screwed, hillbilly, bullshit black bag operations in history. Few plans can be labeled as failures the moment they are conceived, but to plan for a failure, know it will be a failure, and still execute it is beyond my comprehension.
Insufficient funds.
I sat in on the mission planning, and I agreed with the invasion of Cuba. But I could not believe the amateur idle shit that was going on with regard to how JFK and his Ivy League clowns were handling that. The Bay of Pigs fiasco was easy to see coming because there was no overt U.S. air support. That was too high profile. Then they planned on putting those Cuban exiles on the beach, and with no air support, it was a suicide mission. I felt like I was dreaming. Who were these people? I'll bet that if their son was going to hit that beach, their ass would have had air cover, and I offered it. The official story to cover JFK's ass was that he was fed bad intel and given bad military advice. Bullshit, I was there. But the Cuban Missile Crisis soon reached critical mass, as stated again by LeMay. Kennedy had to be reached by phone later at night because we had the U-2 pictures later proving that Soviet SAMs were in Cuba along with ships offloading MiG fighters. There was no answer on his phone, but they somehow managed to track him through the Secret Service detail to a hotel where he was doing this chick who was married to a friend of his. The crisis was resolved with the removal of U.S. missiles from Turkey and other sites close to Soviet borders. LeMay said, in the end, the Russians agreed to remove the missiles if we made concessions in Europe, and the deal was done. In July 1963, Kennedy won his greatest foreign affairs victory when Khrushchev agreed to join him and Britain's Prime Minister, Harold Macmillan, in signing a nuclear test ban treaty. In October 1963, he authorized the sale of American wheat to the Soviets to help them cope with a poor harvest to avoid starvation. JFK had managed to melt some of the political ice with the USSR. JFK's brother Robert Kennedy was appointed as U.S. Attorney General, while the youngest Kennedy son, Edward, known as Ted, took his older brother's former seat in 1962 in the Senate. Bobby Kennedy would become intertwined in the chaos that followed. Kennedy's desire to curb the spread of communism saw him escalate U.S. involvement in Vietnam, giving political support, humanitarian aid, and U.S. military and civilian advisors, although privately he expressed his dismay over the situation. To his credit, Kennedy did not want full-blown American military involvement, which he believed would undermine his progress with the Soviet Union and ignite another hotspot. But JFK was very industrious and created legislation and executive action that led to the eventual passage of Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 under Lyndon B. Johnson, and see our video on him, as well as supporting NASA and Project Apollo with his vision of putting a man on the moon. He created the Peace Corps and established the Military Special Operations Forces, primarily the U.S. Navy SEALs and U.S. Army Army Special Forces. JFK had also created the Interdepartmental Committee on the Status of Women and the Citizens Advisory Council on the Status of Women, which helped usher in the modern women's rights movement. Kennedy's New Frontier agenda also included the Equal Pay Act, which he signed into law in June 1963, which addressed the elimination of pay inequities based upon gender. In practice, it had negligible effect in most economic sectors until strengthened by court decisions in the 1970s and additional congressional actions under later presidential administrations. Otherwise, Kennedy's actions produced few advances for women in politics or government. For example, in his cabinet, it did not include a single woman, and he was certainly no feminist in his professional or private life. But JFK was having a lot of problems in his private life that would endanger his presidency, if not his life. His brother, the Attorney General, threw the full weight of the Department of Justice at the very mobsters their father had made a deal with, and it would only get worse. The Kennedys were always at odds with the FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, who openly hated them both, and the feeling was mutual. Soon, Hoover would have a trump card that he wielded to his advantage. Many people are aware that JFK had multiple affairs during his marriage to Jackie Kennedy, but few know the darker side of his presidency, that his affair with a communist spy was a real problem. That woman was Bertha Hildegard Ellie Romek, assigned to the West German Embassy in Washington, D.C., as she was married to West German Sergeant Rolf Romek, who himself was assigned to the German Logistics Office in Washington with their young son. Romek, who was born and had worked in East Germany, also worked as a fashion model under the name Ellen, and was just one of many of JFK's mistresses. Some journalists, such as Clark R. Mollenhoff of the Des Moines Register, took note. If exposed, the Kennedy-Romek affair could have become a major national security issue. What raised eyebrows was that she was is that the FBI never turned up any solid evidence that she was, in fact, a spy or that she had relations with Kennedy. This was because Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy had his thumb on the scale, but he was informed of the investigation on July 3, 1963. However, the FBI finding contradicted the Secret Service and CIA investigations. They had information from informants and phone taps that proved otherwise, while Romek worked at the Quorum Club, a member-only club at the Carroll Arms Hotel on Capitol Hill, adjacent to a Senate office building. The Quorum Club was established by Senate aide Bobby Baker, who became Romek's pimp, and he had close ties with Lyndon Johnson. This club was exclusive, members only, and created for high-ranking politicos to socialize and where they met their mistresses in a controlled social environment out of public view of the press. JFK and Ellen Romek met there quite often. The State Department was also concerned when they were given all the reports, with the FBI report being the only one that absolved Ellen Romek of espionage or, at the very least, questionable acts and contacts, such as her former boss in East German intelligence. In July 1963, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover informed Bobby Kennedy that, despite the official FBI report, he knew full well about the president's relationship with Romek, who was described in Bureau files as a prostitute. Hoover also dropped her file with her background investigation. She was described as a German lady about town who sometimes visited the Quorum Club and met with Jack Kennedy at his request. Bobby Kennedy, through the State Department, couldn't get her out of the States fast enough when the newspapers revealed that Romek also had an affair with a Russian diplomat.
Select target.
Historian Michael Beschloss says Hoover told Bobby Kennedy, "We have information that not only your brother, the president, but others in Washington have been involved with a woman whom we suspect as a Soviet intelligence agent, someone who is linked to East German intelligence." Robert Kennedy then used all his powers as Attorney General with the help of J. Edgar Hoover to quash investigations by the Congress and the FBI, according to Seymour Hersh in The Dark Side of Camelot.
Got the plans right here.
Panic gripped the White House when the president learned what the FBI had uncovered. Rometsch and her husband were hastily flown back to Germany on a U.S. Air Force transport plane at the behest of the State Department.
Analyzing schematics.
According to Seymour Hersh,
Engineering.
Ellen,
Got the plans
Rolf,
right here.
and their son were accompanied by Laverne Duffy, one of Bobby Kennedy's colleagues from his days on the McClellan Committee. Records related to Rometsch's deportation have either vanished or were never created in the first place to help preserve the secrecy.
Ready to roll.
No sooner than
reporting.
the plane took off, Bobby Kennedy met privately with Senate Democratic leader Mike Mansfield and his Republican counterpart, Everett Dirksen, asking them to keep to themselves whatever they knew of the Rometsch matter. Bobby Kennedy then sent J. Edgar Hoover to Capitol Hill with a not-so-friendly word to the wise. Don't investigate this, Hoover told Republicans, because if you do, we're going to open up everybody's closets. J. Edgar Hoover, as every Republican knew, held the key to a lot of closets and was familiar with what was in all of them. The Senate leaders kept the secret about what they knew, as did Hoover, but at a high price. Hoover knew that JFK had paid Rometsch large payments in Deutschmarks to help her remember to keep her mouth shut. He had the records. Despite being political enemies, both JFK and RFK knew that Hoover was the only one who could help them with the cover-up, because he had files on the sexual escapades of everyone who was anyone in Washington, including dozens of senators. But Hoover would bail out the president only on two conditions. First, JFK would never fire him, and second, the FBI could escalate its bugging of Martin Luther King Jr. and others, and RFK would not interfere with his COINTELPRO operation. That is also in our video on J. Edgar Hoover. The Kennedys agreed, and Hoover showed Senate leaders the FBI sex files on dozens of senators. The FBI director explained that if the Senate exposed the president's sex life, no one would be safe. Ironically, that same day, the Senate leaders announced that there would be no investigation into Ellen Rometsch. Days later, speaking to his friend Ben Bradley about Hoover, JFK said, "Boy, the dirt he has on those senators, you wouldn't believe it." Former Secret Service agent Larry Newman remembered the morale problems that the president's indiscretions caused among his fellow Secret Service agents. To quote him, "You were on the most elite assignment in the Secret Service, and you were there watching an elevator or a door because the president was inside with two hookers. It just didn't compute. Your neighbors and everybody thought you were risking your life, and you were actually out there to see that he's not disturbed while he's having an interlude in the shower with two gals from 12th Avenue." Newman also remembered joking with his colleagues about which one of them would testify on Capitol Hill if and when the president received harm or was killed in the room by these two women. Kennedy had affairs with scores of other women, including two White House interns named Fiddle and Faddle. Pamela Turner, who was Jackie's personal secretary, who was hired at the request of JFK, was one. Another one was Mary Minor, a prominent Georgetown artist who was the niece of Guilford Pinchot, the conservationist, and Teddy Roosevelt's chief forester. JFK and RFK also had affairs with Marilyn Monroe, although Kennedy's strongest supporters have denied the relationship, while insiders were well aware of the incidents, as was J. Edgar Hoover. Again, according to General Curtis E. LeMay, "Yes, I know all about Marilyn Monroe and about 40 others, including Phyllis McGuire. Sam Giancana would not have taken well to Kennedy screwing two of his women, especially McGuire." One Secret Service agent who was a former Air Force type who lost a brother in Korea told me that he knew personally that Brother Bobby shared both women with his older brother. Once he was aware of the threesomes with Marilyn, some moral compasses they had. People wonder about the assassination of JFK. I say look to the mob, because he no sooner took the oath of office than his brother began getting federal indictments against the very men who stole the election for him. One well-supported story is that of Mimi Beardsley, a 19-year-old White House intern at the time of her involvement with JFK, just 4 days into the job. Beardsley, whose later married name was Alfred, lost her virginity to Kennedy as he conducted what can only be called a deeply inappropriate affair with a young charge. It even included a Kennedy-directed episode of oral sex with aide Dave Powers while JFK watched. Beardsley Alfred's actions with JFK were well known to the White House staff as she traveled to and from locations where JFK was. This activity caused some in the government to question Kennedy's basic fitness for the highest office. Any private citizen or politician would have been condemned for such activities, such as Bill Clinton, and as president, JFK risked his presidency, the welfare of his party, his policy goals, and everyone he supposedly held dear. His wife Jackie was well aware of these activities. The late Robert Pierpont, the White House correspondent for CBS television during the Kennedy years, once recalled an episode that revealed Mrs. Kennedy's matter-of-fact acceptance of JFK's bold unfaithfulness. To quote him, "I was sitting in the White House press room one day shortly after noon, and through the corridor came a French magazine correspondent who worked for Paris Match. And he said,
Hello, sir.
Bob, I've just had a very unusual experience. I have to tell somebody about it." He was somewhat agitated and said that he had been invited to have lunch with Jackie upstairs in the private area and the president joined them. And then, after lunch, the president said, "Jackie, why don't you show our friend around?" Jackie Kennedy's appointment secretary, White House press aide Priscilla Weiss, codenamed Fiddle by the Secret Service, and press aide Jill Cowan, codenamed Faddle. JFK frequently romped with Fiddle and Faddle as a nude threesome in the White House swimming pool. Then there was his favorite Georgetown mistress, Mary Pinchot-Meyer, who made about 30 visits to the White House between the months of January 1962 and November 1963, whenever Jackie was out of town. Then there was aspiring movie actress Judith Exner Campbell, who was introduced to JFK by his good friend Frank Sinatra, who also had a long-lasting relationship with her, and she made at least 20 visits to the White House, again when Jackie was out of town. Campbell eventually confessed that the president's persistent back pain eventually made their lovemaking rather perfunctory and one-dimensional. Writing in her book, My Story, Campbell said, "Kennedy was always on his back, and the feeling that I was there to service him began to really trouble me." Campbell was also one of Chicago Mafia boss Sam Giancana's girlfriends. JFK, along with RFK, was creating a powerful enemy. Having reneged on the hands-off policy regarding mob activities by RFK, now JFK was interjecting himself into Giancana's personal life. Other Hollywood celebrities JFK entertained included actresses Jane Mansfield, Cam Novak, Audrey Hepburn, Gene Tierney, Angie Dickinson, burlesque queens Blaze Starr and Tempest Storm, and of course, Phyllis McGuire of the famous McGuire sisters. A longtime close friend of the president, former Senator George Smathers of Florida, once asserted, "There's no question about the fact that Jack had the most active libido of any man I've ever known, and he'd got more so the longer he was married." So, the public perception of JFK was sterilized by the FBI and Hoover, as well as senators from both parties and a compliant media who knew of these events but never widely reported on them, either by the respect for the office or for fear of retribution.
24/7.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy was killed on November 22nd, 1963 in Dallas, Texas, but that is another story. Many theories have arisen. Was it murder and inside government hit? Was it the mob taking its revenge? Was it Castro and the communists? Perhaps one day when the files are declassified and made public, we will know. Kennedy's death has spawned perhaps the greatest collection of conspiracy theories in U.S. history. Some believe it was Sam Giancana and the mob. Others, like prosecutor Jim Garrison, believe that anti-communist and anti-Castro extremists in the CIA plotted the assassination of Kennedy to maintain tension with the Soviet Union and Cuba, and to prevent a United States withdrawal from Vietnam. And then many believe that Vice President Lyndon Johnson, and see our video on him, wanted Kennedy dead to increase the U.S. presence in Vietnam and become president. Regardless, JFK seems to be the kind of guy that all men wanted to be, a man some wanted to kill, and a man to whom women were as easily obtainable as loose pocket change. What we do know is that JFK was one hell of a guy with the opposite sex.
Nobody here but us trees.
Thank you for watching this episode of Forgotten History. If you liked what you saw, please click like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to assist with the ever-increasing cost of production, please consider becoming a channel member and joining our Patreon page.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
Letting the shifters in working condition. Green and unseen.
Please check out our merchandise store.
Readjusting
and thanks for watching.
Engineering. Moving.
Cancel.
Panels charged. Readjusting stabilizer. Going mobile.
Unit ready.
Creeping ahead.
Construction complete.
Letting the shifters in working condition. Prism sensors stable. Distortion error.
Building. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Every president leaves their indelible mark upon history, positive or negative. Whether they had foreign or domestic policy successes or failures, their actions have often long-term effects far beyond their lifetime. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was perhaps the most important president, if not world leader, during the 20th century due to the U.S. involvement in World War II. But his legacy started long before that conflict, and his decisions helped shape the post-war world. Who was Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Why is he controversial, and should he be? What decisions made by FDR still shape American society and the world today? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, a veteran of the United States Army and Marine Corps, former history professor, and welcome to this episode.
Readjusting stabilizers.
Unit promoted.
Resolving target coordinates. Readjusting stabilizers.
Unit ready.
Rockets in the sky.
Franklin Roosevelt was born on January 30th, 1882 in Hyde Park, New York, as the only child of James and Sarah Delano Roosevelt, and the fifth cousin to President Theodore Roosevelt. He was privately educated with tutors at home until age 14, at which time he entered Groton Preparatory School in Groton, Massachusetts. In 1900, he entered Harvard University, where he met Theodore Roosevelt's niece, Eleanor Roosevelt, an activist in charitable organizations assisting the poor in New York City. They became engaged during FDR's senior year, and they were married on March 17, 1905. FDR graduated from Harvard, but he was not a stellar student. He did, however, manage to be accepted to the Columbia University Law School, but was again not a standout student. After Wilson's bid for the presidency in 1912, as FDR also won his own re-election despite being afflicted with typhoid fever. He was unable to campaign, but he had the support of Albany journalist Louis McHenry Howe, who stomped for him. Wilson was not one to forget his supporters, and he made FDR Assistant Secretary of the Navy in 1913 directly under the SECNAV, Josephus Daniels. After U.S. entry into the war in 1917, which FDR supported, he became known as an effective administrator. In 1918, he embarked on an extended tour of naval bases and battlefields overseas, assessing conditions, taking notes, and making recommendations. When he returned, Eleanor had learned that FDR had an affair with her social secretary, Lucy Mercer. Eleanor asked for a divorce, but FDR declined and promised to never see Mercer again, although he would break that promise over the years. The rest of their marriage was one of political image and convenience. Roosevelt won the nomination for vice president at the 1920 Democratic Convention on the ticket with presidential nominee James M. Cox. Roosevelt, following Wilson's lead, campaigned for America to join the League of Nations, but the Democrats lost in a landslide to Republican Warren G. Harding and Calvin Coolidge. Roosevelt then left politics and became vice president of a bonding company, Fidelity and Deposit Company of Maryland, as well as working on other businesses. In August 1921, while on vacation at Campobello Island, New Brunswick, Canada, FDR was stricken with poliomyelitis, and he was almost completely paralyzed. His mother suggested that he go to the family estate at Hyde Park, but Eleanor and Howe convinced him to stay politically active. Eleanor Roosevelt became an effective public speaker and very learned in the fine details of politics, keeping FDR's image alive in the public forum. In 1924, FDR appeared at the Democratic Convention and nominated Governor Alfred E. Smith of New York for president, and again at the 1928 convention. Smith convinced FDR to run for governor of New York in 1928. Roosevelt was at first very reluctant, but he eventually agreed. On Election Day, Roosevelt won by 25,000 votes, despite New York State turning Republican in the presidential election after Herbert Hoover's landslide victory in the 1928 election over Smith. Not long after becoming governor of New York, the stock market crashed. It would become a global event under the Hoover administration. October 28, 1929, known as Black Monday, the global economy took a nosedive as stocks fell 13% on that day, and it only got worse. There were several reasons why this happened. The economy after World War I was pretty good, and people began living on a credit economy where they purchased cars, appliances, and other items for a time payment plan. According to University of California at Irvine economics professor Gary Richardson, quote, "The war had eliminated a lot of the cooperation between nations that were required to run the international financial system. While that greater worldwide public consumption method created a lot of wealth for business owners, it also made them vulnerable to sudden shifts in consumer confidence. There was great competition between various industrialized nations as they manufactured and sold items on the global market. Some nations were unable to compete on a level playing field, and borrowing money became the norm. National currencies lost value as a result. Trade protectionists in Congress enacted the Smoot-Hawley Act, which was written in early 1929, while the economy still seemed to be going strong. But after the Wall Street crash weakened the economy, President Hoover still signed it into law in 1930. The law raised U.S. tariffs by an average of 16%.
Packed up and ready. Come with me and you will see a late night freak show. Jubilee! Kick the Sandman in his sack. Stay up late, insomniac.
Help me out, Amagansett. Indian word for good water. Miss, do you watch porno? You do? What kind do you like? You don't watch it? You don't at all? Not at all? And how do you get aroused? Antiquing? What is your... I saw a 1910 baby high chair, and I just had to change my panties. Uh-oh. That hit a nerve with the summer share people. Anal beads. You know what that is? They got real quiet. All right. Here's what I don't understand. Why do they come in so many different colors when they always come out brown? I don't get it. Is that a kid in here? Get that kid out of here. Get him right over to a therapist. Who would bring a f***ing kid here? What are you going to do after this? Heroin? Get him out of here. Thank you very much, Amagansett. You guys are great. Take it easy, man. Hey! This week I'm in Amagansett, a little town at the eastern end of Long Island. And tonight, I'm going to live my childhood dream. No, not to have sex with the entire cast of Saved by the Bell. My other childhood dream, to drink my way back to Manhattan, across Long Island. So come on, we're off! What is it? The Hamptons. Look at the fashion crime. Good to go. Driver up.
If more people would drink their way back to New York City, it'd be a better place.
Uh-oh. The money goes quickly here in the Hamptons. Wait a minute! A model is eating! Get it on tape! Get it on tape!
a lovely tavern located in Southampton, New York. I'm the manager.
Tell us about like partying in the Hamptons.
Partying in the Hamptons. It's all about what kind of bottle you get, how many bottles you get. Do you have B-grade models, A-grade models? It's all about drinking and having fun.
You know what I'm doing tonight?
What?
Yes.
I'm not going to try.
I'm drinking my way back to Manhattan. Where's my after-school special? Where's my stand? Brian, are you drinking?
You want one too? Here you go.
Yeah, Brian. Let's see if you can handle the Long Island drinking. How are you? Are you okay? Come on. Oh! Whoa! Look who's... All right, finally!
Materials checked and cleared.
Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building. New construction options. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit lost. New construction options. Building.
Wired for destruction. Nothing wasted.
Construction complete.
Wired for destruction.
Cannot. Building. New construction options. Building.
I have the power. Efficient and clean.
Construction complete.
Nothing wasted.
Unit ready.
That sparks my curiosity. Capacitor at full charge. That sparks my curiosity.
Construction
No charge for extra power.
Unit
That
ready.
sparks my curiosity. Prepare for rolling blackout. Maximum power. Maximum power. Reading meters.
Unit ready.
That sparks my curiosity. Ready to roll. Reading meters. Efficient and clean.
Good day, Commander.
Unit ready.
Generators
Materials checked and cleared.
Capacitor
Unit
at
ready.
full charge. Maximum power.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
Capacitor
On
at
hold.
full charge. That sparks my curiosity. Unit reporting. Unit reporting.
Unit ready.
Yuri is the master architect. For Yuri's army.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Vehicle ready.
We build for Yuri. Moving building materials.
Low power.
Capacitor at full charge. No charge for extra power.
Blueprints ready, sir. Location is key.
I have the power. Nothing wasted. Efficient and clean.
Construction complete.
That sparks my curiosity.
What's the word?
Unit ready.
Vehicle ready.
Building.
Capacitor at full
New
charge.
construction options.
Yes, sir. High speed, low drag. Capacitor at full charge. That
Construction
sparks my curiosity.
On our way, sir.
Yes, sir. Outstanding. Yes, sir.
On our way, sir.
Ready to roll.
Unit ready.
Bound forward.
Construction options. Building. Building. Cancelled.
Vehicle
Building.
ready. Outstanding.
Construction.
Vehicle ready. Commence installation.
Unit reporting. Closing in. Good to go.
Unit promoted.
Capacitor at full charge.
Ready to roll.
Nothing
Outstanding.
waste.
Driver up.
I have the power.
Yes, sir. Vehicle ready. On our way, sir.
Reading meters.
Unit ready.
Dioptic manifolds clear. Compensating for terrain flux.
Destination, Commander?
Outstanding. Prism tank in order, sir. New coordinates processed.
Ready to roll. On our way, sir.
Lens shifters in working condition. Adjusting stabilizers. Panel charged. Estimate distortion error. Prism sensor stable. Lens shifters in working condition. New coordinates processed. Tank in order, sir. Compensating for terrain flux. Distortion error. Calculating reflection. Estimating distortion error. Calculating reflection. Dioptic manifold clear. Calculating for terrain flux.
Unit promoted.
Estimating distortion error. Sensor stable. Intensified light projection.
Unit ready.
Dioptic manifold clear. Focusing light energy. Dioptic manifold. Magnifiers active.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Driver up.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Player defeated. You are victorious. You are victorious.